Hello everyone. So one of the challenges that clients have shared with me over the years has been a desire to keep their children sort of well grounded, but also allowing them to enjoy the fruits of the family's wealth, but overall not to take it for granted. And by grounded, I don't mean as in the sense of not letting them out with their friends, but rather just being conscious of the wider world around them. Or perhaps as one client put it to me, to stop them turning into trust fund babies, which I thought was an interesting way of putting it. But whilst many might not phrase it in such a way, many clients in my experience do share this similar concern. And really there's a discussion around where is the line between giving your children the benefits that wealth can bring, otherwise kind of what's the point, and giving them so much that they lose touch with real life. You know, wealth is a great thing, but it can sometimes create a bit of a bubble that isn't always very easy to see from the inside looking out. Now, partly this depends on the individual and the family setup and values, but a lot of it has to do with the experiences that the kids have in their formative years. There's a psychologist, Thomas Gilovich, who has a great quote: "We are the sum total of our experiences," and the experiences that your children have in their early years can greatly form and affect who they become in adulthood. So I thought it would be useful to share a couple of examples of people tackling this very problem in the hope that it can help you tackle this issue too if it affects you. So one of the most powerful examples of getting it right I think I've ever seen was from a lovely couple who were very successful in business, and they had exactly this sort of trust fund baby concern. Now their solution was to look to charity and philanthropy to give them and their family basically a constant reminder of their good fortune and of the challenges in the wider world that they can help with. So in their case, they converted part of their house into an event centre, and they'd host charity groups and similar things. So for example, children from disadvantaged backgrounds or with health issues, or adults getting back on their feet after being involved with addiction, for example. Now this might be a bit of an extreme example, but the effect that this has had on their children is quite frankly astonishing to me. Their children are quite possibly the most empathetic and charitable I think I've ever come across. And the idea that wealth is a vehicle from which you can use to do tremendous good is something that's really become sort of front and centre in the children's mind. Now, if that example is a bit too much for your liking, something else you might want to consider is the idea of an annual charitable donation. So again, this comes from another client who's been very successful over the years. Now what they would do is each year the parents would give each child £5 for every year of their age. So a 12-year-old gets £60, for example. Now with this money, the children had to come up with what they thought was the best way of spending it to help the largest number of people. So that might have been to donate to a cancer charity, for example, or perhaps to buy lots of food and make meals for a food bank, and so on and so forth. Now, importantly, each child was responsible for choosing their own charity. So this has worked really, really well. It's become a bit of a family tradition, and actually many of the children, now slightly older, not children anymore, still keep to this annual event of giving every year. So whilst there's no one size fits all for this, helping your children deal with wealth is obviously a vital aspect of having wealth. And so I'd certainly suggest spending some time thinking about how charity might form a part of their experiences when growing up. So as always, I really hope that this video has been helpful, and if it has, please do like, comment and share with your network. Really appreciate it. Thanks.